if we can do, as I said before, if we can do one or two little things, then great, and that's in both directions. As I said, I think the squad's still really large. That one or two lads have already moved, which was important because we had to narrow the squad down and we had to try and improve it as well. And I think it will do Jed the world of good to go and play. No problem about the place. He knows Millwall really well, and myself bringing in Andy, I know exactly what we'll get. And he was a massive player for me at Villa when he played, especially my first year where he scored an awful lot of goals. So I know he's got it in him to go and do it, and he just needs to get his career up and running.
As far as Jed goes, I mean, he went to Millwall last year, did superbly, came back flying and then got injured. Do you feel like he just needs a run of games to get himself going again?
Well, yeah, because he's a young lad and he's got to get his own career up and running. And the way things are going here at the minute, they've been difficult for him to break in. So he's got to go and play games. So that's the reason why we decided to let it happen.
Is Andy in a similar position coming here from Derby?
Yeah, of course, because he wasn't playing and for one reason or another, which is Derby's prerogative. And but I can only go by what I saw in my time at Aston Villa, that he fits this criteria. What I look for, he's energetic, he's hungry, his work rate is fantastic, and really good player. He'll finish if he gets a chance. He'll score Andy Weimann. So I don't have a problem him getting on. I'm delighted he's actually here. Yeah,
you mentioned you had him before at Villa. Did that help when you were thinking over this, that you know the character as well as what he can provide on the pitch?
Well, I know the character and I know what type of lad he's like, and I know his work rate is extremely high, never stops, great pro, and I don't have any problem with him at all. I think he'll be a big asset to us.
And arguably he had the best spell of his career under you at Villa Park.
He did, he was incredible, him, Christian, up front for long spells, and the two of them scored a lot of goals for us at that time, especially with Andy coming in off the wide area. So it was extremely potent in that strike force. So if he can reproduce that, then it's great for us.
Where do you see him fitting into the team that you've been playing?
Well, the good thing about it, Mike, is he can play anywhere across the front. He can play in either flank, or he can play in behind, or he can play up top. Andy, so he covers a multitude of positions, which I think is great for us as well. So even though you're siding on one lad, you're covering a lot of positions for him. So, but I think, as I said before, his energy levels, his enthusiasm for the game is really important to me.
Do you think it could be something that could be made permanent in the summer if he impresses?
Well, that's exactly that.
He has to impress.
Yeah, he has to impress, and we see how he goes, and if he's got the same desire and the same hunger that I know he had before. I had him at Villa when he was 22, I think. That kind of age, 22, 23, so he's a couple of years older, and he started at a really good age, still relatively young football terms, but he knows Britain really well. He's been here for a long time. But I said before, his biggest asset is his drive and his hunger to succeed, and I think that's important for us.
So he can come in and play a number of those positions. Duckins obviously came in last week, primarily for the 23s, but he's another forward option should you need it. Are you still looking at players in the forward areas, or are we now talking more in other positions?
No, I still think we need, as I said before, I think the squad's still unbalanced in certain areas, and we're slowly, surely, as I said before, trying to get ones out as well that we think the squad's too big anyway. So there'll be one or two positions that I still need to try and get people in, and if we can't, okay, no problem. As I said, this window for the club, I think the big one will be the summer.
The one, obviously, for outs that most people are talking about is the two boys still on loan in Charles Shearer and Cameron Borthwick-Jackson. Do you expect any movement on them in the next coming days or weeks?
Something might transpire with that one. Cameron, Kevin's in dialogue with Manchester United, so we'll see what happens with that. And Tex, he's another one that's got to go and play games as well, and the emergence of Ena Bakari as well, Mason coming back, it's difficult for him on that side of it, so it's probably better Tex actually goes and plays some games as well.